acting would be, oh, I'm going to that place in my new Ferrari. Watch me drive my Ferrari. So you make a total fool out of yourself as you walk out of the house and you act that you are now sitting in your Ferrari when actually you're just standing on the road. And then you make weird engine noises. Wow, wow, wow. Look at me. I'm in my Ferrari. Hey, let me take a selfie. Wow, 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 wow. That would be acting. Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. Today we are going to discuss a very important and a very interesting topic. Does living in the end mean acting or pretending? Okay, so does living in the end mean that I have to act as if, or I have to pretend that I already have this? Well, first of all, let's understand what living in the end is and how does it feel. Living in the end essentially means that you've reached a place of quiet confidence wherein you feel relaxed, you don't feel desperate, you don't feel anxious, you are not afraid, you are confident and relaxed. And even though that confidence may seem a little bit illogical because you don't have it yet in your 3D reality, that confidence is very real. It is stemming from a place of power. Pretending or acting, no matter how good the acting is or the pretending is, within you, you know that this is fake. This is not who I am. You still have those voices in your head telling you, this is a lie. This is a lie. This is not who you are. So, the difference between living in the end and pretending, no matter how well your acting is or pretending, is that the confidence that you have when you're living in the end, that swagger, that charisma, that aura, that energy, that is stemming from a place of power. Okay, and you feel relaxed with respect to your manifestation. There is no anxiety, there is nothing. Pretending means that even though you're acting really tough, within you, you know that you are faking it. Okay. So living in the end is not faking it. Pretending or acting is faking it. That is the difference. However, every person's mind works differently. So it would be really unjust if I created the rules for you in your reality. It would be very unjust and unfair because different people live in the end differently. Okay. For example, I had a friend and this girl was in her late 20s. She wanted to buy a sports bike, a motorcycle. However, she only had the money to buy a helmet. So what she did was, she went and purchased the helmet and put it on a desk or somewhere in her house where it was very visible to her. And whenever she looked at the helmet, she felt really nice and positive. Yes, I'm going to have a motorcycle. Okay, and eventually, I think it was after 10 or 11 months, she did actually manage to purchase the motorcycle, and she had one hell of a ride. Okay, she really enjoyed. She used it a lot for her commutes and stuff. I have a really nice lady in my group who wanted to manifest a Bentley car. However, this was a few years ago when she had the desire to manifest a Bentley. She only had the money to go and buy a toy Bentley car. And so she bought it and put it on her desk in her office. And she did the same with a Range Rover. She bought a toy Range Rover and she put it on her desk in her office. And she used to look at it and, feel really nice and positive that yes, I'm going to have this car one day. And she probably imagined herself driving the Bentley and how cool and glam she would feel and look in this luxury come sports car. And the same with the Range Rover. And so she manifested both of them. I have this post in my group, on my free Facebook group. So the link is in the description to the group. If you join the group, you might be able to find the post somewhere. So this is how different people live in the end differently. There was this book that I read by Florence Scovel Shinn. Okay. And in that book, Florence told about a student of hers, a woman who came to her for help. And this woman was deserted by her husband. Deserted. Basically, he one day just walked out on her from the house. And so the lady was obviously very perplexed. And Florence told her that just believe that he will come back and he will be back. And so this lady believed that yes, this man would be back. And her way of living in the end was, while she was having dinner, she put a plate with some food on it at the place where he usually sat. And so if she was serving him dinner and they were having dinner together as husband and wife, this implied that he is already back. And she did this for many months, but ultimately the man did come back and he apologized to her. He apologized to her that I'm sorry, I'm now back. And eventually they did have dinner together every day as husband and wife. So that was her way of living in the end. So I cannot create the rules for you. But in my experience, it feels very nice. It feels light. There's no pressure. You are confident, and even though your external reality reflects something totally different, you know that this thing is yours and you don't know how or why, but this is yours. So that is how living in the end feels. Acting, no matter how good you are acting, you know within you that it feels fake. So if you encounter a problem, if you encounter a situation that triggers you, all your acting is going to go bad. It is going to go bad because the subconscious mind doesn't lie. When you are under pressure, you will break character. But when you're living in the end, when you've done the inner work, the affirmations, the meditations, the visualizations, the scripting, whatever works for you, that illogical confidence is present within you. And you don't get triggered that easily. Or don't get triggered at all. So in my opinion, this is how living in the end feels. However, it's your life, your reality. you do whatever you need to do to get yourself in the state of the wish fulfilled. So, acting can often seem a little ridiculous. It can seem a little ridiculous. Living in the end happens in the mind. Acting can feel a little pretentious, but again, I have to come back to this example of Donald Trump. Even though he was not president, he was almost shouting it from the rooftops. Yes, I'm your new president. We are going to build a wall and stuff. So that was his way of living in the end. He kept saying it non-stop until it hardened into fact, even though he had fewer votes. So that was his way of living in the end. So everybody lives in the end differently. Okay. So it's up to you how you decide to live in the end. But ultimately, the affirmations, the meditations, the visualizations, the scripting, the vision boards, whatever practice you are following will help you to land in that state. Let me explain the difference between living in the end and acting in with a very simple example. Say you want to go to some place, you don't have a car. Okay. So living in the end would mean like, it's okay, I can take a walk. It's good exercise for me. And I know that the car will be here very soon. Acting would be, oh, I'm going to that place in my new Ferrari. Watch me drive my Ferrari. So you make a total fool out of yourself as you walk out of the house and you act that you are now sitting in your Ferrari when actually you're just standing on the road. And then you make weird engine noises. Wow, 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 look at me. I'm in my Ferrari. Hey, let me take a selfie. Wow, 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 wow. That would be acting. But even though your neighbors might think you're crazy, if that acting helps you to get into state, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I am nobody to judge. So you do whatever you have to do to get into that illogical confidence. Okay. Who knows, just by imagining and running on the street with your hands held in front of you as if you're holding a steering wheel and making weird engine noises and shifting the gears might get you the car. There's an actor in India, his name is Rajnikant. So he was a bus conductor and the way he handed out tickets was so stylish that somebody casted him in a movie. They got impressed by him and he became a superstar. He's like the god of cinema in South India, especially. So he was acting, but he was doing it from a place of real swagger, charisma, confidence. Okay, the way he was handing out tickets, tack, 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 punching it this way, that way, something like that. So living in the end, it feels different for everyone. Okay, but it feels very real. That's when you know you are living in the end. If it's not feeling real right now, that's all right. You will do the affirmations, everything to get into state. It will feel real to you. It will all align. Okay. But that is the true living in the end. That when you're not worried, not desperate, not feeling anxiety, not feeling the lack, not saturated in the experience of not having your manifestation. Also, if you don't know how to act, what action you should take, it means that you're not living in the end. If you don't know whether or not I should text my SP, what should I do? Should I be this way with them? What should I say to them? In front of my SP, I just go blank. If you are afraid of your specific person, you are not living in the end. But it's all right. It will all align eventually. Okay. When you are living in the end, you know exactly how to act. Okay. And since specific person, money, whatever, these manifestations are important for you. It's okay to feel a little excited sometimes, okay? It's even okay if sometimes you're feeling a little bit of frustration, but essentially that doesn't give you the license, okay, to feel anxious and frustrated all the time. Understand that it is okay to feel frustrated once in a while, but not always, because that just tells me that you are not really manifesting. You are just gossiping and ranting about your circumstances, circulating them in your head. So I hope that this video was informative and interesting for you. If you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. The best comment will win a free one-on-one session with me. I will announce the winners in my free Facebook group. So please join the group. Unleash the power within you. And remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.